A new addition to the legacy landscape, Land Tax. A card that I loved playing and hated playing against. Always a sign of a good card when you've got that going on.
I really enjoy some of the sweet action in Reid Duke's sideboard. Baneslayer Angel.
Baneslayer's a good one.
He took out the land taxes and put in Baneslayer Angel.
Challenge. Your seedings for the draft are being posted in yellow paper on the Silence Pairings board. The judge is standing there. He will let you know.
It's interesting just how many one-ofs he's playing without playing Enlightened Tutor. I mean, I guess he does have Trinket Mage. He has one Trinket Mage to give added utility to the Grafdigger's Cage, Tormod's Crypt, Pithing Needle, and the like.
And I mean, Brainstorm plus all kinds of shuffling effects. Sensei's Divining Top, Jace. Turn 1 land tax, go!
Oh,
how you feeling about that?
It feels pretty good because look at the style. Black bordered land tax. Giving him the business.
And Reid Duke lays a land, says go. And Brainstorm. That's good. Quote unquote good. Whoa. That's a different match. Okay.
A little glimpse into another reality.
Yeah.
One that could have been.
Treasure these moments. Is that a fetch for nothing? That's a fetch for nothing. Fetch for nothing. Let's, I don't know, find 3 lands.
Don't know if Jamie knows this, but you're not supposed to let him do this.
He's like, 2's fine with me.
It's
just
legal,
2.
but it's not recommended. Sort of like revised islands. Legal, not recommended.
Dan Bach likes to say that revised islands and other revised cards show that you've been playing for a while, but you're cheap.
When you absolutely positively have to send the message. The worst, when Michael Jacob uses 4th edition and 5th edition forests, it's like, you can't just, you're mixing and matching 4th edition and 5th edition forests?
Hey, that 5 symbol looks really cool. Brainstorm. How about we put back some of these basic lands?
Signs point to maybe. Land hexing again. I like Reid Duke's chances here.
And Reid Duke.
Hey, we did just get a judge's ruling. It was brought up that the 4th edition basics are really gorgeous, but they're also really white bordered. Oh, Korean? Yeah, those aren't white bordered. That doesn't count. Yes, you're right.
And Korean is just the coolest printed language on the planet.
Dude, if they made some Hebrew basic lands...
Oh, man, that would be sweet. Okay, Reid Duke aggressively putting the revised island into play.
How do you aggressively put a revised island?
Didn't you see it? He put it down and pushed it forward a little bit and then pulled it back. Sensei's Divining Top, though, no slouch on the other side of the table. And Reid, full hand, declines to tax. Jamie rearranges a little bit, thinks about it, draws one of them to the bottom, and then fetches. Rearrange before the shuffle.
Time is on my side.
Oh, boy.
Yes, it is.
Oh, that was
Jamie
amusing.
getting all basics. Because you just never know. Neither of these players have access to Wasteland. But Reid doesn't know that Jamie is also playing red and green. And Jamie doesn't know that Reid's not. The plot thickens.
And a 5th land from Jamie Naylor. Is there anything Reid can do to do some action, empty his hand, and get more utility out of his land tax?
He can play out some Relic of Progenituses and Sensei's Divining Tops to have a card on layaway.
There we go. Maybe Reid will do that.
Maybe just draw 3.
Brainstorm.
Land tax and discard.
Okay.
The hell
Draw,
with
draw, draw. I see Counter Spell, Force of Will, Force of Will. And I think he's putting back in Terminus, and I couldn't tell what. And a top. There's a Terminus, Swords, something else. Fetch. Nope. Leaves it alone. No, he does fetch during the upkeep.
After carefully rearranging the top of the library again.
People wonder why top has had moments of being banned.
And that's fine. You know, you can probably do it a little bit more before you're accused of foul play.
The Star City Games, I believe, Justin Treadway Goblin Party sleeves. Produced by Legion Supplies.
Neither of these Miracle decks have Temporal Mastery in it. I thought that card was supposed to be banned. They're both playing Terminus, Entreat the Angels. Multiple Miracles, but no room for the Temporal Mastery.
I have seen Temporal Mastery out in the tournament room. Gerard Fabiano running 3 of them in Rug Delver.
How is that possible? I thought Gerard Fabiano is only capable of playing Dega in Legacy.
Apparently, this is a ill-founded rumor. Was that a Mystic Gate?
It is.
Awesome. That is a choke-free source of blue mana.
It is.
Counterbalance from Reid Duke, starting the business. Aggressively starting things out. A Bucket Island.
It's the best way to start things.
Mystic Gates and a Plains stops it. Oh, he's still going. Relic. 5 cards in hand, 4 cards in hand, I can't tell.
And he's got land tax, so honestly it doesn't matter.
Well, he's got to convince Jamie to put a land into play, or sacrifice his own fetch land.
I think that's a price he'd be willing to pay.
Too many cards in hand, Reid Duke has to discard.
Thank goodness.
Counter, Force of Will, counter, Force of Will, Terminus in Jamie's grip.
Wait a minute, wait. Hold on. So let me just make sure I understand this. Naylor is playing with Scroll Rack.
Yes.
And Reid Duke is playing with land tax.
Yep. It's like they mixed up their deck lists a little bit.
Have these two considered getting together? Banishing Stroke? There are 3 miracles, and none of them are Temporal Mastery.
Banishing Stroke, where? Oh my goodness, Banishing Stroke in Jamie Naylor's sideboard. That's awesome.
So Snapcaster Mage making an appearance to the party. Reid Duke holding the graveyard before any kind of Snapcaster shenanigans can take place.
Yeah, take that, graveyard. Gotcha.
Reid has definitely committed a lot of land to the table. Is he just giving up on land tax? Like
Maybe.
He's like, I'm not even using Scroll Rack anyway. Little do you know, I just wanted a Ancestral Recall.
Land Ancestral Recall. Brainstorm from Jamie Naylor. Yet another bit of sculpting. Goodbye, Source to Plowshares. Goodbye, Terminus, I think? I'm not sure about that.
Goodbye, Consequence, I believe is next line.
Swords from Reid Duke. Take that. Snappy. It looks like 6 or 7 land on Jamie's side. 6 land versus 8 land on Reid's side.
Is this an entreat for 1?
Boom.
Is he leaving 3 mana open?
Oh, it actually got one out there. And we've got 1 angel. Jace. Now that's what the match is really going to be about. The fight over a Jace. Does it work? Counterspell.
Is this the showdown?
I think this is the showdown. There are 3 Jaces in Jamie Naylor's deck as well, so... For this fight, Reid Duke has access in his deck to 4 Daze, 4 Force of Will. That's it. Jamie Naylor has access to Spell Pierce, Flusterstorm, Counterspell, Force of Will. Oh, this game 1 might be very strongly in Jamie's favor.
Why? Just because of the counter magic?
Well, I think that the fight will often end up being about whether a Jace comes down. And I think Jamie might be better positioned to win that fight. Force on force. And that resolves, he says. Okay, what about this force? Force again on your counterspell. The stack currently Jace being countered, being forced. And I think we're going to see yet one more force. Tossing counterspell on the force.
It would appear this is, in fact, the showdown.
And everything unravels. Counterspell stays in play. Oh, never mind. It's in the graveyard. And a Sensei's Divining Top activation. Looks like Snapcaster is left on top. The Angel comes on in.
Or does it?
The Angel on D. Whew. Preordain. Okay. Bottom top keeps 1. Sensei's Divining Top. And in response top. And it's Swords, land, land. Snapcaster. Wow, Jamie's top of his library is basically nothing. So he pretty much is all for the next 3 turns, unless a new Sensei's top card comes. Well, basically the top 3 cards of his library are not good for him. He needs to find something new beneath those 3. And we have a big cast here. Terminus to the bottom with you. And Jamie untaps, draws a land, lays it, tops again. Seemed a little premature. Is that a click?
It is.
One of click.
A little hasty on the drop the land.
Yeah, that land could be a brainstorm fuel later on. And a top of Reid Duke's own. And he tops immediately. And he exchanges his top for Jace.
Just the Mind Sculptor, better
Boom.
than all.
And we see a top here.
Nope. Still the same cards.
And Brainstorm. Jace activating the Brainstorm spell.
There's the top again. Could this have been a grave oversight? Is Jace now going to die to Vendilion Click?
Oh!
That's what he had it in the right order, and then he rearranged it.
Oh, he did that not the way he wanted to do it. Oh,
Well,
doctor.
certainly a grave error was made.
Oh boy.
So you can't just be like manipulating the topping, just
Oh boy. Wow.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ultras Eric Clark
Oh
will
wow.
be leaving at 5 p.m. And he wants you all to visit him, so he's decided to take $10 off all of his altars before he leaves at 5. Once again, Eric Clark. It's just that time of day. There's another sale going on. Lindsay Burley is offering $5 off at her table. Lindsay Burley, $5 off. Eric Clark, $10.
And untap at the end of the turn after rearranging with the top. Then Jace goes with the Brainstorm. Reid Duke must know that there is a Vendilion Click waiting in the wings, but he doesn't care.
Looming doom for Jace the Mind Sculptor. Unless he plays, well, I mean, there is that. Jamie, I'm assuming, is responding. Oh, he's actually going to rearrange it this time. That's Vendilion Click on top. Activates the top.
Tries to click.
Vendilion Click.
How's that look? Countertop is available on Reid Duke's side of the table. Does he have a 3?
No. This is in response to counterbalance.
Oh, in response to counterbalance. My bad. Thank you. Is there... Oh, look at this. He reveals his hand of Brainstorm and Relic.
Well, I mean, a random card has got to be worse than Brainstorm.
And away it goes. Jamie Naylor agrees. Counterbalance okay? It is. Relic. Let's relic you. Swords. No cards in hand for Reid Duke.
Huh.
And Jamie scoops it up.
And it's on to the next one.
Okay.
So what do we got in the
Game
sideboard for Jamie?
2. Jamie has a Disenchant, Engineered Explosives, Vendilion Clicks number 2 and 3, Pyroblast, and if he wants it, Surgical Extraction.
Banishing Stroke, too.
Oh, Banishing Stroke, yes. Forgot about the Banishing Stroke. What do we see from Reid Duke?
We've got, Reid Duke can't really know that it's going to be that good, but Disenchant is a card that he would potentially want if he knew his opponent's deck list. Oblivion Ring, if he knew his opponent's deck list. Spell Pierce. And Vendilion Clicks of his own. And he'll definitely be bringing the Spell Pierce and the Vendilion Clicks of his own. But,
I like that he has Envelope in his sideboard. Or Envelope.
yeah, I think it's primarily for Thoughtseize Duress decks.
That's neat. I like that. I haven't seen that played in a very long time.
Yeah, since people's wild mongrels were being protected from Kurtar's Wrath.
That's about right. That's about right.
Yeah.
Didn't you top 8 a Grand Prix during that era?
No.
Oh, it was 9th or 10th or something really close.
What do you mean 9th or 10th?
I thought you had a really strong finish in that moment. So.
Well, I mean, probably did. I think I won the Type 1 championship.
Okay.
But didn't really top 8 a lot of Grand Prix in the 90s. Just the one. No, it wasn't in the 90s even. It was like...
That was 2002 Grand Prix Milwaukee. Second place to Eric Taylor.
Eric D. Taylor.
Eric Dinosaur Taylor.
Dionysus himself.
For
Another
those
guy with 98 pro points.
Wow. For those of you who are just joining us, I'm Adrian Sullivan here with Patrick Chapin. This is round 5 of the Star City Games Live Open Series. It's Legacy. You can join us on Twitter at SCG Live. Follow the conversation on Twitter, hashtag SCGNY. This is the first event in New York State that Star City Games has run.
That's at the open level or bigger anyway.
Yes, yes.
And from the overwhelming success, you know, like for this size, this area, the local scene definitely came out and supported the cause.
Absolutely.
And it's been a real positive force. It looks like everybody's having a good time. A lot of events have been firing.
Yep, yep.
Sounds like it is sure that the Open Series will return to Buffalo next year.
I hope so. And they're getting up their opening hands. Reid Duke on the left, running the land taxes. Jamie Naylor on the right, not running the land taxes. Both of them are miraculous decks, though.
Is Reid Duke going to 6?
And Reid Duke visiting a city of your choice, one of two usually.
Isn't it just Paris?
Paris or Long Beach, depending.
On what?
The Long Beach was the first place that it was used.
That the Paris Mulligan rule was unveiled?
Yeah.
It's the Paris Mulligan rule.
That was the first time it was used in a full major event. It was unveiled at Long Beach, though.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty sure that the Long Beach Pro Tour was the first place where they announced it and kind of just sprung it on the world, and people were like, oh, "Is this a vampiric tutor for people?"
Right, exactly. That's accurate. Yeah, that's accurate. That's the chronology. Was Henry Stern the U.S. national champion at the time?
No.
Oh, who was? Was that?
I mean, was Henry Stern ever the U.S. national champion?
Oh, what am I thinking? I'm thinking Bentley, aren't I? Sorry. Yeah, I was thinking Bentley. Land tax on turn 1 versus a Sensei's Divining Top on turn 1.
Yeah, Henry Stern was on the national team with Mark Justice.
That's it. That's it. Mark Justice was the champion in that moment. Land tax in play. Oof. Top.
Oh, we're going to have a showdown. How long do you think the showdown will last?
It's up to Jamie.
That is a man who is ready to give up the showdown.
He says it's all you. Go ahead. Make my day.
You do you.
Hey, didn't Reid Duke mulligan?
Me. Land tax, very good in the mulligan games.
Yep. I remember land tax being good against mulligans, against Hymn to Rocks.
Against players who just play a land on the second turn, instead of, as Patrick Sullivan would like to point out, just doing nothing. Playing against land tax is like playing a game of Don't Shoot the Puppy. No, that's a real game. If you look online. I'm telling you, a lot of people, anybody asks me, they're like, okay, what's the secret? How do you play against land tax? Google Don't Shoot the Puppy, and you will learn everything you need to know about playing against land tax.
Jamie Naylor draws. Third land. Hey, just keep it up. That's all good. Gonna go for a counterbalance, perhaps? Does it work? Does it work? Reid Duke would need to force a will here to stop it.
Yes, it works. Next question.
And Reid says, okay.
I can always tell by the way that Reid Duke's blood pumps through his veins when
you can see his hands.
I can always tell whether or not he has it. Reid, land taxing again. One of those tricky games where Reid's drawing 4 cards a turn, but his opponent can counter any number of spells without spending any mana under the right circumstances. Who will win? Welcome to Legacy.
Oh, Legacy. It's still... This is my least favorite kind of matchup in Legacy, the Sensei's top lists. Whatever they have besides Sensei's top, I just am not excited about watching tops versus tops.
Well, that's good. Jamie's got 85% of the spells in Reid's Duke locked down.
What can Reid do? Entreat to
Reid can
exit?
play Entreat the Angels, Engineered Explosives, Jace the Mind Sculptor, Trinket Mage, and Vendilion Click.
This is a moment where if I were Reid Duke, man, would I wish I had Mishra's Factories or something.
I think this is a moment where if I were Reid Duke, I'd want to know where the rest of my hair went.
Planes. And Jamie Naylor. End of the turn Brainstorm.
You
Mana
gotta
floating.
save that stuff, man. Well, it may just be that he wants to hold on to the right ones, shuffle some business away, and then put some back.
Look at
Who knows?
that Pyroblast, Counterbalance.
How many Jaces are in Jamie's deck? I know
Only
Reid's got 4.
Only 3.
So he only likes being alive 75% as much as Reid. But that's still a lot.
Volcanic Island in play. This is a safe play for Jamie Naylor. There are no wastelands in Reid Duke's list. And top with the floating mana afterwards. Put something good to the top. You gotta be cautious not to make your counterbalance have too little fuel.
I gotta be honest with you. Watching this match has me wanting to start playing Counterbalance again. Dude, I love playing Next Level Blue. I mean, when you're just sitting there, like, my ability to not shoot the puppy is rivaled by very, very few. You know who I bet would be really good at not shooting the puppy? Andrew Cuneo.
I was gonna say actually either that or Josh Utter-Layton. Jace, better than what?
All would be the most popular answer in the survey, Bob.
And top in response, what you got? Oh, Pierce.
Spell Pierce.
Is he gonna break up the top balance combo here?
Yes.
Pyroblast.
God. This guy has all the answers.
Reid Duke says, okay, you got it. Go.
Counterbalance top is a winning combination. I will tell you that.
It's pretty okay.
What sick freak at Wizards of the Coast thought it would be a good idea to print those 2 cards in the same year?
Somebody that likes blue.
Somebody who hates America, though. Like, that seems so crazy. It's not even that it's so powerful, and it is powerful. But my goodness, what it does to games. Alright, so Jamie, sacrificing Flooded Strand. This is in response to the Force of Will. that Reid Duke has played. I'm picturing Spell Pierce. What do you think?
I don't even know if it matters at this point. I mean,
Yeah, but, for posterity.
Oh, for posterity? Well, Spell Pierce, sure. Doesn't the top there stop that immediately? Does Reid even bother
Does Reid do what?
to Spell Pierce and then let
No, not Reid.
Okay.
Jamie.
Right.
Reid already has a Forcible in the stack. I definitely would not Spell Pierce my own Forcible.
Why is it in the grave? That's the confusion. Okay, got it. Spell
Shortcuts.
Pierce. Shortcuts. There we go. Boom, boom.
Reid builds ourselves a stack. Now, is Reid going to Spell Pierce back? Probably not. Reid doesn't play Spell Pierce.
Okay. And that's the end of that force fight. You got another fight? Tase. That's a 2.
Days. It's like the Spell Pierce that Reid actually plays. So what's next?
I think it's game 3 is next before the clock runs out.
Game 3. We're on game. No, you're talking for Reid?
Well, I mean, I suppose Jamie Naylor here has tapped out. So this is a moment where Reid can put down Entreat and hope that works. Or maybe get a Jace out there.
Absolutely. He can force through anything he wants right now, even a boat. Unless it's like Merchant Ship.
And this is Reid's moment. He's got a land tax, I think, here as well. If he wants it. Oh, Entreat for 3, or for 2,
And you want to go to game 3.
Oh boy, what does that do again?
You don't have a 4 on top.
Why did you show him?
Well, it's pretty clear Jamie doesn't know what Counterbalance does. Not the nuances, anyway. Like, this is Legacy. Then again, who does? This is Legacy. Who has any idea the current rules of Counterbalance?
And we get 2 angels. It's a miracle. And get rid of one of those cards.
It's a Canadian miracle.
Jamie Naylor here. Untap. Top during upkeep.
So what's the plan here if you're Jamie?
Find a Terminus quick.
So he has Jace in his hand.
Yeah, the Jace will get rid of
that's 1, right?
1 angel.
So if you really what you want is to find an answer to the other one, so that you can keep your Jace.
Oh, Reid Duke, did you pull this one off?
He's something like a phenomenon. Something like a phenomenon.
Jamie Naylor thinking about turning his Jace into a expensive Vapor Snag. Seal of removal, I suppose. And Jamie Naylor says go. Tax. And hit a card. And top. All on the stack. Any of those cards look good, Reid? Do you want to turn a relic into any one of them? Wow, refusing to tax. Those must be some good cards.
The patience of Reid Duke.
Vendilion Click. Let me see what you got. O-Ring, Entreat, Swords, 2 islands. You can keep it. Are we gonna see a Jace bounce and then a Vendilion Click chump and then a Jace bounce?
Well, certainly not if there's a plow and an O-ring in.
Well, the plow,
Reid Duke's hand.
The plow can be prepared for with that counterbalance, as long as Jamie makes the top of his library correct. And there's the Jace. Bounce.
It is a dangerous business playing Windswept Heath in this position.
Or Sensei's Divining Top. Shift some stuff around here.
Is it time to tax?
And Reid taxes.
That's 3 more tallies for the land tax column.
Reid Duke looking for his Land's Edge. Oh wait, wrong deck.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he has that deck around here somewhere.
And shuffling it up. Reid Duke Ancestral Visioning into 3 lands. Draw. And the Angel coming on in. Vendilion Click blocks. Land for Reid Duke. O-Ring. Does it work? Activate top. Look.
This isn't gonna work.
Vendilion Click revealed. There it
No.
is.
He was supposed to plow in response after the top resolution before the O-ring.
And pass.
Oh,
Wah,
Reid.
wah. And
Reid, you
top.
can't let him bully you, steamroll you like that. Because if he plows in response,
Engineered Explosives is drawn by Jamie Naylor. Jace. Waterfront
So-
bounces away another Angel.
coming tumbling down. And explosives for 0. Okay.
He doesn't even have to Waterfront bounce. The Explosives is enough to take care of future Angels or this one.
What I really like about Legacy tournaments is that, well, there's a lot of things, but one of the things I like about Legacy tournaments is the trip down memory lane. Every time that you forget about Counterbalance, it comes back.
You know, and this happens again and again with decks. You're like, I don't remember that deck anymore. Oh wait, there it is.
And it's like, hey, do you want to go check out this Counterbalance mirror match? And you think to yourself, this time it'll be different.
It'll be fun this time.
I like Jace the Mind Sculptor. I like Brainstorm. I would like to watch this Counterbalance mirror match.
Yeah, I haven't said that phrase in several years. It might have been since these cards were standard legal that I last said that.
So what do you think Reid Duke has to do to get out of this spot?
Scoop it up, go to the next game.
I mean, he can cast Entreat again next turn, right? Like if he entreats and makes 2 guys.
That's fair, that's fair. And Jamie Naylor affecting his own top of the library.
Look, he even has the Entreat in hand. And 6 mana. Jamie let him keep it. So
Vendilion Click. Let's top. See what you got.
it's still a 3.
Top is okay. I see a scroll rack.
Did Jamie draw the 3?
I think so.
Oh, Entreat also a 3.
There we go.
And Reid
Reid packs it up, packs it in.
And we are on to game 3. 11 and a half minutes to go.
Scant 11 minutes left. Plus the shuffle.
Plus the shuffle.
Now, both of these players doing a fast pile shuffle. I always like to see how people do their pile. Oh, let's check out the sideboard. Let's see if there's anything in there. Did I forget anything? Do I want to do anything? Me too. Okay. I feel pretty good, says Jamie.
You know that dance move where two people are standing back to back and they hook elbows, and then one of them bends forward like they're bowing, and the other person flips over their back?
Yeah.
I was just picturing Reid Duke and Paul Reed pulling that move off. Don't those look like a couple of guys who'd be on the like, so you think you could dance? No, seriously.
I can hear what you're saying.
See, now, I think Paul Reitzel strikes me as more of the ballroom dancer and Reid Duke more of the tap dancer. But I think they could both be in the B-boy squad.
So you're saying that Reid Duke would be better at the soft shoe?
I mean, I'll let you draw your own conclusions. I'm just talking about tap dancing.
And Tundra. And Tex. Tundra Tex.
I know that I've been on the lookout for a good pair of ballet shoes, so if anybody in the Twitterverse has a good recommendation, I'm looking for something, you know, obviously tasteful and providing support, and I like the color black.
Misty Rainforest from Jamie. Reid Duke draws, thinks about whether he wants to just stare Jamie down with this land tax. Invests another land tax.
Now, if you're gonna
boy.
break, you're gonna pay for it. And it's not even just that Reid can get twice as many land in a turn. It's also that he's sending a message about his willingness to play white bordered land taxes. No, but it's one less card in his hand so that he can hold one more card that he searches up.
And as you see, no one's shooting the puppy.
Jamie Naylor discards.
Entreat.
So now this, my friends, is a good example of a game that is likely to end in 11 and a half minutes.
And Jamie drops the second land. Reid's like, tax? 1, 2.
Gets just one from each.
Just fills up his hand. Conservative. He does not want to run out of land to tax. Counterbalance. How's that look to you?
You like that?
I do not like that. I will fetch.
I do not like that, Reid Duke. I do not like it. Nope. 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 So what are these players looking for? Are they just trying to play land and their opponents not play counterbalance long enough so that one of them can... I mean, God, how do they win in 10 minutes?
It has to be entreat, I think.
I guess just if you get a Jace, it's like a gentleman's agreement that you're done for.
Well, I mean, it depends really on how gentlemanly you expect your opponent to act.
I think both of these players are they 4-0 or 4-1? 4-0-1. They are both 4-0-1.
Oh, that's dangerous.
I can't imagine how these two gentlemen got draws.
You know, I was talking with Reid Duke earlier around round 2, and he was like, "Yeah, got a draw earlier." I'm like, "Oh, okay."
Reid Duke's not a guy who just walks around getting draws either. Like he's a pretty sharp tack who's quick on the draw. Who's playing land tax in this tournament.
I mean, land tax in a lot of ways reminds me of Standstill. I just feel like it's very likely people have no idea what to do when a land tax is in play.
And the correct strategy is to do nothing.
But people don't necessarily know that. Counterbalance isn't going to be pierced. Pierced back? Daze.
Daze for days.
Are we fighting? Oh, look at that. Daze.
Is this the showdown?
Daze land tax. Woo!
Combo.
Man.
Oh my God. The synergies.
Man, I really wish this deck had some mocks. Where's your moxie, Reid Duke? In for 2. Jamie Naylor only has to do this 9 more times to win.
So Jamie, making another play at the game, thinks better of it, decides to keep the Jace in his hand.
Reid Duke, swords.
Swords to plowshares.
Vendilion click.
But whom is he clicking?
The blind counterbalance shows a land. I bet you that land will not be there when Reid gets to his draw phase.
You know how you can tell this is an open and not a Pro Tour?
How's that?
They're blind flipping and missing. At the Pro Tour, the way we do it is you just real confident without missing a beat, flip it over and show them that it's the one freaking trinket mage you play.
Yeah, the only
You know,
one.
This is it. This is taste it.
That is, I think, the difference between pro play and other play.
Yeah,
That,
it's like
that natural skill.
It's are you familiar with the fire?
Yeah.
When you have the fire, that's the type of stuff you do.
And Reid Duke can get up to 6 lands here. How many will he get?
My understanding is that was one of Owen Turtenwald's big keys to success, was the fire last year.
4 lands. Is that all of them? Is he out of lands?
Maybe he just doesn't want to discard again.
I think with all of his lands that he has in his hand, he might be out of basics. Nothing more to tax.
He's got 4 more in his hand.
He had all spells but 2. And what do you got there? Anything exciting, Reid Duke? 7 minutes remain. Plains. Relic. Saving it in, saving that card for later. Discard 2 lands. Jace.
Jace the Mind Sculptor.
It's pretty
Making
good,
another
right?
appearance. Reid Duke again continuing to blind reveal land. This time the Jace sticks.
Jace is a good one.
Who's even winning this game?
I think it might be Jamie. But it's not over yet.
Counterbalance, double land tax, Relic of Progenitus with no land in your deck. I mean,
Boom. Take that, graveyard. Untap. Tax. Anything left in there?
Oh.
Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle.
he doesn't want to draw that land again, that's for sure.
Draw.
Gonna have to shuffle every time.
Land, Jace, kill Jace. Does it work?
I'm betting there's a Force of Will.
Force of Will. Losing
What do you know?
counterspell. Well, that's a shame. What do we got there? A 1. Not good enough.
Daniel Nice. Daniel Nice, if you're in the hall, your draft is waiting for you. Your winner box is waiting for you. Daniel
You know-
Nice.
And Brainstorm from Jace.
So do you think Jamie, like, at what point, if you're Jamie, do you have to start Jace ticking up just to win in time?
Puts back land, land? Top. It resolves. In for 3.
Well, definitely safe to say that Jamie is in the driver's seat this game.
And loot. Take that, graveyard. Reid Duke shuffles again with land tax.
Players in the Legacy Open, that is time in round number 5. That is time. Active player, please finish your turn. You have 5 additional turns.
Reid surveys his new
Judges,
option.
please find an open match.
Land number 5. Jace. Pierce. Not even bothering to counterbalance it. Let's check out this. Oh, Jace on top.
Well, he knows the top of his deck, right?
Yep, yep. He does know the top of his deck, you're right. He knows it's a land, actually.
Blind counterbalance, this time choosing a key time to actually hit. Wait, what did he reveal?
He revealed a Jace.
Oh, he did
So,
reveal Jace. So not this time did not counter the Pierce.
Force of Will, your spell Pierce.
So he can actually still get a blind reveal if he wants by topping or by activating Relic of Progenitus.
Oh, Flusterstorm. Counter, 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 counter. Precious time ticking away. Another Jace yet on top. Draw. Wow. Top of your library is a Jace. How about we get rid of it? No. How about we get rid of our graveyards and I draw this card?
Okay.
Okay, let's see what you got. I guess you can keep that one. 5. Well, Reid Duke, I presume, is going to shuffle with land tax. In for 3, going to 7. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Jamie Naylor's hand is a blind card. Reid Duke is a Jace and some other business, and whatever he just drew. Land.
Another attempt to get
Jace.
the Jace off the table.
Whiff.
Now, in order for Reid to make any forward progress, he has to get rid of the Jace first, and then he has to deal with the fact that he's at 7 facing down a 3-power flyer.
In a matchup where he probably took out a fair amount. Oh, goodness. And he would have an ambush Viper in the form of Snapcaster Mage. Whiff.
So
Reid.
now, Reid has to hope Jamie plays a land so that he gets a shuffle. Oh wait, no, Reid still has
Upkeep.
another card.
Swords. Fetch. Swords. Counterbalance. Fetch. 2 fetches on the stack. 1 before the counterbalance, 1 after the counterbalance. And we're waiting to see if this Swords to Plowshares is going to be blind countered by counterbalance. It is! Oh boy, that was a rough one.
It's,
Take that.
Jamie now has to decide. He does want the extra land instead of the Pyroblast. Reid Duke's plan now is that Jamie gets lucky, shuffles into a land, Jamie draws the land, and plays it so that Reid can shuffle his own deck.
In for 5, go to 2. Reid Duke.
It is the land.
Time is running out. That's
He
it.
offers the hand. And Jamie Naylor is the victor. 2 games to 1 in the blue-white counterbalance mirror.
Wow, yikes.
Quite the chess match.